All right. A lot of talk about this character and how she is quote unquote ugly. Well, to me, I think it was just an unflattering first impression when you got a girl, yelling. Because I think later on, like later shots, she looks good. But this is like the first face they see, like her like yelling. But anyway, like I don't think she looks like a bad character. Tanya, I think she looks good. I think she looks decent. But my problem is that like here's my personal problem. My personal problem is that if you like look at the characters back here, like I get that they're like the same, um, what is it like, same form of like bodyguards, right? Like they have like a uniform. They all like wear the same outfit, so that's my issue. Like she barely looks different from the others. So like this character, or this one right here, those four could be Tanya. That's my issue. Is that they hardly look very distinguishable when it comes to like her character design. So that's why I'm like, I think they should add in the glowing eyes. I think they should add in like the eye paint because that makes her look different from the others. That's just my way of seeing it because she looks hardly different from just like a normal person. Anyway, let's see. Go back to here. All right. Now here's an unfair comparison is let's see what this says. This is which way a modern gamer moment if there ever was one. Okay, here's the thing. Mortal Kombat has been going for realism like more and more as time has gone. It's clear we pretty much have to accept that. And comparing her to an anime waifu I think is stupid. You can't do that. Like the best comparison you can do is compare her to her like her MKX self. And I'm talking like her gameplay version, not the one they use for the story mode. But anyway, it's like how I describe it. This is like not a good comparison. It's like an unfair comparison. So let's watch the video because I seen people getting mad about it, and I already pre-watched this because I have to like make sure she doesn't say anything crazy. But anyway, let's play the video, hear what she has to say.
There's been a ton of hype surrounding Mortal Kombat 1, and people were really hopeful NetherRealm would take some of the criticisms from 11 and go into this title trying to hone in on what people really love with the franchise. But it seems like they're continuing the trend of masculinizing and ultimately making female characters look less attractive because
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think she looks bad, and I think it's a weird thing to call her masculinized just because she has like a I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I can't tell you how it's masculinized. She still has like curved eyebrows and everything, like shit. Still looks like a woman.
the internet has been set ablaze debating over Tanya's new look. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So as you can see, I've already got one of the pictures up on screen, but on the left is the new design of Tanya, and people have been debating over this for days at this point because of course she looks very masculinized compared to the
It's
old.
not because she's masculinized. It's because she. All right. There's people who are like legit just off the walls about it, and there's people like me who are just like she needs to look more distinguishable. Like in the sense of like like I just said earlier, she looks straight up like she could have been swapped with those four other characters, and you could have called her Tanya. So that's why I think she needs those features of like the glowing eyes and shit.
Older versions of her that you can see right here. I mean, she used to look very, very sexy. very feminine, and they changed basically everything about her. Now, I'm all for, new
This is
designs
my favorite design of her.
for characters, whether it is, their bodies or their costumes, haircuts. It doesn't really matter, right? Ultimately, every single character is going to face alterations going into a new version of them, but they made her look so drastically different. It's almost insane. It's as insane as the changes we saw to females in Mortal Kombat 11, and I had talked about all of those. I mean, look at the way they made Jade look. She doesn't look the worst out of all of the female characters, but they definitely, changed her facial structure quite a
Dude, have you seen MK9 facial structure? I am sorry, but the woman in MK9 did not look good. Like when you looked at their faces, straight up. Like Jade looks awesome here. Like facial wise. Outfit wise is like it's alright. But like face wise, beautiful.
bit. They gave her pretty mediocre hairstyles, and then you had Scarlet. Oh, Scarlet just looked terrible. It didn't matter which haircut you
She looks good. That's a good looking face. That's a good looking face.
used on her. Just the way that the makeup is and the face shape. I mean, she just looked terrible. Overall, one of the worst looking female characters I've
She
seen
looks
in games in a
great.
while. And now, headed into Mortal Kombat 1, there were people really hopeful that they would take the criticism that they faced for those female characters in 11 and that they wouldn't do that in MK1, and it looks like they are, because this is the brand new Tanya. I mean, she looks so vastly different. This hairstyle just isn't really all that good. It doesn't even seem all that cohesive. Just the way that they, changed her facial structure and made it look so angled. She just looks kind of fake as well. Like, those cheeks just don't look correct. And they took away
let's keep going.
any, it seems, kind of ounce of femininity that she had, and now people are roasting it online. This is a which way modern gamer moment if there ever was one. Yeah. I mean, she definitely
Yes, realism, anime, two different art styles.
does not look great. Western game devs have been here. How can you tell? Ugly women. It's sad to see this happen, and not every character needs to be a thin supermodel bombshell, but it's like they've gone to the extreme opposite. And yes, this does remind me a lot of the Fable situation recently. The actress they modeled the protagonist we saw is far prettier in real life. They
I'd
took
have
the
to see.
character, dumbed her down, and expected people to not notice or call them out on it. Also, look at Frey from Forspoken. I see her little image here. The actress they modeled her after is also so much better
Frey doesn't look that bad.
looking. It's crazy. It is an insult to these women and an insult to players. We have heard these developers admit they've toned down females intentionally, like we aren't allowed to enjoy pretty women, or like they don't exist and they shouldn't. A lot of players and Mortal Kombat fans will come out and say, oh, it doesn't matter what the character looks like, it only matters how she plays, and that the mechanics of the character are solid, but they just don't understand what's going on here, or they're
I mean, that's a pretty much like an all around agreement. It's like fucking X videos over there. That's an all around agreement. It's like not only do you want your characters to look cool, not only play cool but look cool. You know, I feel like that's like an all around just like game design charm thing that's been known for like all the time. But again, I don't think she looks bad. I think she just looks too normal.
turning a blind eye to it because they're mega fans. If it didn't matter, then why change them so drastically? Their original designs were put into the game for a reason. Games are more than just the way they play, but their aesthetics, artwork, music, those are all so important too. If mechanics were the only things that mattered, then just use stick figures. Just make them all different colored sticks. The point is that the way they look does matter, and they are literally desexualizing these characters. They are erasing femininity from the game because clearly this character has been given a lot of masculine traits, and that's by design because their aim is to remove what they believe is the over-sexualization of women in games, which is complete and utter bullshit. Sage, do you get
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's like it still has to do with like that modern game design thing, but it's like I don't know. They still look pretty good in MK1. They still look pretty good. It just had like to me the outfits in the game just look too. It's hard to describe it. Like I get how the ninjas like are supposed to look uniform, and they're kind of doing that with the woman in the game as well. It's just that to me, this like they could do more. It feels like because again, Tanya's wearing the same outfit as the guards. Melina and Katana look alright. Is that I don't know, nothing really blows my mind about the designs aside from like the hair designs. Dan Lee May of fucking Maximilian, he thought Lee May was just pre Tarkat and Melina, which is kind of telling in the sense of like, again, some of these characters just look too similar. Like I swear, it's like if you just like, it's hard to describe. Hard to describe. It's like some of these characters you could just literally swap outfits and you could call them that character. They need more distinguishable features. Like same thing with like Sub Zero and Scorpion. Scorpion, he had the undead eyes. Like I get Scorpion's alive in this game, but it's still kind of hard to say like in the sense of he still needs to look different.
Gamer said NetherRealm really wants me to believe that this is Tanya. Boy, Mortal Kombat has completely fallen off. She looks like a dude I used to go to football practice with. She really just looks terrible, in my opinion. And there are so many people saying this too. To be honest, Mortal Kombat fell off after
Okay, dude, you are just dumb. You are just dumb. I don't know if you ever played Mortal Kombat. If you're going to say it fell off after MK3. No, it did not fall off after Armageddon. It got up. Don't lie. You're lying to yourself. Mortal Kombat 9 was great. M- MKX was great. MK11, I was not a fan of the gameplay.
MK3. People saying things like, yeah, this just really isn't good. You're kind of right. And there are people, defending the way that she looks. And if you like her new design, that's great. That's fine. If you think that she looks awesome, that's cool. But I'm also allowed to not like the way she looks, and other people are not allowed to like the way that she looks. There's also this tweet thread saying, don't let Twitter gaslight you into thinking that you're racist for not liking Tanya's new design. And this is something we have seen time and time again. This is the 2023 angle.
Keep in mind, there are people who are being that way. I mean, if you look what he says right here, like Brusk Poet, not liking her design has nothing to do with her race unless someone is saying so, which I have seen, and that's wrong. So acknowledging that it did happen.
Because if you dislike her, you
Like I've
are
seen the
a
comments, they're
racist.
pretty
This
fucking
happens with
disgusting.
every form of entertainment now, because they can't actually accept the fact that people are always going to have different tastes and like and dislike vastly different things.
Also, this is a good shot of her, by the way. She looks good here.
And like I mentioned, back with MK11, they intentionally toned down the visual nature of the female fighters, and this is why I'm not going to give NetherRealm a chance. I'm going to call them out when I see problems like this, because they haven't cared about what their fans have wanted in the past. It says certain fighting game series don't have
They spelled Cammy wrong.
have the best reputation when it comes to how certain things look, especially when it comes to the female fighters. I'm sorry, when I'm playing a fighting game, I want to see attractive females. That shouldn't be a bad thing. The art director for MK11, Steve Barron, talked with Polygon about this and noted that when it comes to fighting games, you're going to be wearing a lot of clothing. I think it is rich that they go on.
Well, if you're going for like a realistic design, you're going to put, let's say, we're going to put more outfits on them. It's just kind of like, I don't know what you expect if you're going to go into like a realistic direction of things.
About realism, and they say that, our design is just getting more mature and respectful. You're not going to wear a bikini to a fight. You're not going to be showing so much skin. Characters wouldn't be wearing such scantily clad items, but we're talking about a game and a series where you fatality people. You crush their skulls with your feet and your hands. You kick them into another dimension. You tear them apart. That isn't realistic either. Okay, you can't say you want more realism for one aspect, but then also say it's okay to not have realism with other aspects.
Um, all right. Here's the thing. I get what she's trying to say, but at the same time, they have been getting more realistic with the gore aspects. Pretty fucking disgusting and crazy, but that's Mortal Kombat. And here's the thing: whenever anybody thinks of Mortal Kombat, they're not thinking scanty clad woman. They're thinking blood, guts, heads being ripped off. That's when you're thinking when you hear Mortal Kombat.
It's sad to see what they've done not only to Tanya, but females in general in the Mortal Kombat franchise recently. Maybe she's just a one of in this game, and as we see more of them in this title, they'll look great, but right now it is not looking good for Mortal Kombat 1. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video
Yeah, I
really
gave it a dislike.
soon.
I've given it a dislike because, I mean, come on. You called Jade ugly. You called Scarlet ugly. You are whack for that. I know nothing about this lady really. I just see her pop up sometimes when she has like an opinion about something, and that's about it. Know nothing about her personally, but pretty much that's it. But going back to what I was saying about like the designs again, like I don't have an issue with the way she looks, but my issue is that literally you have 2, 3, 4 characters right here, or 4 models that you could easily replace her with and call her Tanya. That is my main issue with the game, is that there's this there just needs to be more distinguishing, or more way of like, need flashier designs, okay? Like if she's like the most badass Ugadi member of the Indinians, you need to give her a more flashy look. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, that's my opinion on the things. Again, I don't think Tanya looks bad. I just think she just needs to look more flashy, if that makes sense. That's going to be the end of the video for me. And yeah. Caw!